Alright, let's look at the homework 5.2, problem number 3. Alright, so let's use the definition to evaluate this definite integral. Alright, so I'm going to use the definition, so we have to find a couple things. First one is delta x. So delta x is always b minus a over n. And in this case here, we have a is 1, and b is 7, right? So we have 7 minus 1 over n, which is 6 over n, right? Then we're going to find the xi, so this is actually the right endpoint of each interval, is a plus delta x times I. So in this case, a is 1 plus 6 over n I, right? So by definition, this is going to go something like this. It's going to be limit as n approaches infinity, summation I goes from 1 to n, and f of x1 times delta x, right? So let's write that down. So it's a limit as n approaches infinity, summation I goes from 1 to n. Right, f of x in this case is this integrand right here. So this is our f of x. So we just need to plug in xi, which is right here. Right. So every time you see x, we put 1 plus 6 over ni. So we have 1 plus 6 over ni squared minus 4 times 1 plus 6 over ni plus 6. Alright, then this is equal to limit as n approaches infinity, summation I goes from 1 to n. Alright, just have to multiply it out. So 1 squared would be 1. And plus 2 times 1 times 6 over n, so it's a 12 over n I. Then 6 over ni squared, so it's going to be 36 over n squared I squared. Right? Then we're going to distribute negative 4 to 1 and 6 over ni. So it's going to be negative 4 minus 24 over n I, right? And then plus 6. Okay, I actually forgot something. Right, I forgot to do delta x. Delta x is 6 over n, so it's actually 6 over n is right here. Right? Then the same thing. We have 6 over n. Alright, so let's clean it up. First, I'm going to just collect all the like terms. So we have summation I goes from 1 to n. Alright, so I'm going to collect I squared term. Alright, so you have, there's only one. So here's the one with the I squared term. Alright, so I'm going to put the, let's see, so 36 times 6, so 6 times 6 is 36, and 3 times 6 is 18, so 216, and over, right, n squared times n cubed, then you have a I squared, right? Then let's look at the one with the i's. So you have, there's a 12 over ni and negative 24 over ni. So that would be negative, right? negative 12 over ni. So you have to multiply by 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And 6 times 1 is 6. So it's a 72 over n times n. So n squared. Then you have I. Right? So that takes care of the one with I. Alright, then we have 1 here minus 4, so negative 3 plus 6, so that's 3. But the 3 times 6 is 18 over n. Alright, so we have that. Let's see, put the parentheses. Right? Then we can use the formula there, summation formula for I squared, summation of I squared and I and 1. Alright, so we're going to have a limit as n approaches infinity. Right? So since this is a summation, this over I, so this has nothing to do with I, so this is a constant, so we can place it outside. So we can have 216 over n cubed, right? Then we have I squared. So summation of I squared, formula is n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 divided by 6, right? And here, again, this is just a constant. It has nothing to do with I. So I can write 72 over n squared. Then a summation of I is n times n plus 1 over 2. Right, plus, right, this guy is a constant. Right, so it's 18 over n. But summation of 1 would be n, so multiply by n. Right? So we have this limit. Alright, then we just have to clean up quite a bit. So you have first, we have n here, and this comes down to squared. Right? And there's n here, and I can cancel that square, so you have another n. So those n's cancel out. Alright, then we can cancel this. So cancel 6. Right, so this is going to be 36 again, right? Alright, then let's see what else. Okay, we can cancel 2 and 72, so that's 36 there. Right, so what you get is this is going to be equal to, still have limit as n approaches infinity, right? So I'm going to have 36 here, right? Then I'm going to use one of the n. So divide n plus 1 by n. You get, n divided by n is 1. And 1 divided by n is 1 over n. Right? 2n divided by n is 2. Plus 1 divided by n is 1 over n. Right? Then here we have, let's see, minus 36. And n divided by n is 1. 1 divided by n is 1 over n. Right? This one is plus 18, so that's that. Right? Then you can see that there are a bunch of things that are going to 0. As n approaches infinity, this approaches 0. And this approaches 0. And also this approaches 0. Right? So we can get, so we're going to get, I'm going to go up here. Alright, so this is going to be 36 times 1 times 2. So it's a 72. Right? Minus 36 times 1, so minus 36. And then you have plus 18. Right? So this is equal to, alright, so that's 36 plus 18. So 6 plus 8 is 4. And 3 plus 1 plus 1, so it's a 5. So 54. Alright, so let's check the value here. So we got 54 from here. All right, so let's go submit for testing. All right, I came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.